All right, let's take a look at the instructions for the example that we're going to work on. We're to divide the given polynomials using synthetic division. Okay. Divide the given polynomials using synthetic division, and then when you're done doing that, you're going to specify the quotient and the remainder. Specify the quotient and remainder. Then indicate if the divisor is a factor. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the example we're working on. So we have the polynomial given by 2x to the fourth minus 7x squared plus x to the fifth plus 4 minus 3x divided by x plus 3. Okay? All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to be outlining the steps on the right side and applying it directly to the problem solving process as we work through it. All right, so the solution is as follows. So let's start with step number 1. We're going to place the steps on the right side, okay? So the first thing we're going to have to do to use the synthetic division algorithm is we're going to rewrite the divisor, or no, the dividend in standard form with no missing places. Okay, so rewrite the divisor, the dividend, in standard form with no missing places. So if there is a degree term that's missing, we just insert a placeholder there. All right, so let's do it. Look at all the terms. The highest degree is 5, so we're going to have x to the fifth. Next, we need a quartic. We have 1 there, excellent, plus 2x to the fourth. We need a cubic term. There are no cubic terms, so we're going to put in a placeholder, plus 0, x to the third. And then we're going to go to the quadratic term. Yes, we do have one. The quadratic term is 7x squared. So we have minus 7x squared. Do we have a linear term? Yes, we do. Minus 3x, and then a constant plus 4. Okay. Step number 2, we're going to go ahead and extract the coefficients from the dividend. Alrighty, so extract the coefficients from the dividend. Okay, so let's just go ahead and label these two real quick. So this right here, this is the dividend, what you're dividing, and what you're dividing by is known as your divisor. Okay. All right, so we rewrote the dividend in standard form with no missing places. We're now going to proceed to extract the coefficients, and those are what we're going to place in the synthetic division bar. So let's go ahead and extract those. So the coefficients are, what are they? So starting from here, if there's no coefficient, of course, is 1. So we have 1, 2, 0, -7, -3, and +4. Okay, that takes us to step number 3. So step number 3, we need to determine the number that we're going to place on the outside of this synthetic division bar. Okay, and that will be the 0 of the divisor. So we're going to find the 0 of the divisor. So the divisor is what? What is the divisor? Let's make this in blue. It's x plus 3. So what we're going to do is set that equal to 0 and solve. To solve this, you just subtract 3 from both sides. You have x equals -3. And this is inserted out here. Bam. 3. Okay? -3. That takes us to step number 4. So step number 4, what we're going to do is we're going to add down, and multiply across. Multiply across. Starting from the first term, we're going to add down. Now there's a number here. That number is our number that has no value. So what number has no value? 0, right? So we're going to add down. 1 plus 0 is 1. And then we're going to multiply across. What on earth does that mean? We are going to multiply the 0 of the divisor by this sum that we have down here. So we're going to multiply those two and insert the result right there. Okay? Let's go ahead and carry that out. So -3 times 1 is -3. All right? So we're going to basically repeat this step over and over again until we get to the end. All right? So basically, just repeat this last step. Add down, multiply across, just repeat over and over again until we're done. So adding down, 2 minus 3 is -1. Multiply across, -3 times -1 is +3. Add down, 0 plus 3 is 3. Multiply across, -3 times +3 is -9. Add down, that's -16. -3 times -16 is +48. Add down, it's 45. -3 times 45 is -135. Add down, so 4 minus 135, 131. So negative. All right, so there you have it. Now this result that we have underneath here is a combination of our quotient and divisor. So our answer is what we're going to get in the following format. Now one thing you want to note is that we divided by a linear term. Okay, so the linear term has a degree of 1. So when we divide a quintic by a degree of 1, the power will reduce by 1. Okay, so when you divide, so think about this. What is x to the 5th divided by x to the 1st? It's going to be x to the 5 minus 1, which is x to the 4th. So the result of the division will have a situation where this are the coefficients of a depressed polynomial or polynomial that has been reduced by a degree of 1. So since the original, the dividend degree is 5, this will have a degree of 4. So it's going to be x to the 4th, 1x to the 4th, but you don't have to put that, minus 1x to the 3rd, or you can just write x to the 3rd, plus 3x squared minus 16x plus 45. Remainder, -1/31. So we can write minus 131 divided by the divisor, which is x plus 3. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the result of the division problem using the synthetic division algorithm. Okay. Now let's specify our quotient and remainder, and then if the divisor is a factor or not, and give you some problems to work on. All right, so the quotient is x to the 4th minus x to the 3rd plus 3x squared minus 16x plus 45 is a part of the solution that doesn't have the remainder, okay? And then the remainder is that last number that's left in the synthetic division process, which is -131. Is the divisor a factor or not? The divisor, which is x plus 3, is not a factor. Why is that? It's not a factor because we have a non-zero denominator, okay? It's not a factor because the remainder is not 0. remainder is not 0. Okay. Now it's your turn for some practice problems. All right, so we have 4 practice problems that we'd like you to try out. Go ahead and pause this video presentation at this time and solve these problems. Divide using synthetic division. When you're done, reinitiate the playback, and we are going to reveal the answers for you so you can check your work. Okay, so go ahead and pause the video presentation at this time. Alrighty, welcome back. Let's take a look at what the answers are. For the first one, it's x to the 4th minus 6x to the 3rd minus 2x squared plus 4x plus 6 plus 2 remainder over x minus 3. Number 2 is 3x to the 3rd minus 3, and then your remainder is 10, okay? So we can write this as 10 over x plus 7, or 7 plus x is the same thing. We know that addition commutes. So x plus 7 in standard form. Number 3, the answer is x to the 4th minus 2x to the 3rd minus 9x squared minus 8x plus 3. And the remainder is negative 4. So minus 4 over x minus 2. And then number 4, the answer is x to the 4th plus 6x to the 3rd plus 5. Remainder is negative 6 minus 6 over x minus 10. Okay, so how well did you do in these practice problems? Let us know in the comment section below how well you did. And if you have any questions about these practice problems or what we went over in the tutorial, just specify what your questions are, and we'll be more than glad to assist you.